Hello there, Virgo. Thank you for stopping by for your video tarot forecast for the week of February 2nd through February 8th. I am using my Russian Tarot of St. Petersburg once again. And so what we have showing up for you on Monday is the Hermit. And I'm feeling like on Monday kind of really feeds into Tuesday. So Monday we have the Hermit. Having said that, let me show you. Tuesday is the Nine of Swords reversed. Nine of Swords reversed actually is good, so don't look at that and go, oh, it's reversed, it's terrible. Oh, it's swords, it's terrible. It's good. So the Hermit feeds into the Nine of Swords. So Monday feeds into Tuesday. So we have the Hermit on Monday, and the Hermit on Monday just means that you have a chance to do some self-reflection. Really be looking at what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, why does it make you happy, why does it make you sad, what triggers you, why does it trigger you. All of these really good questions that we sometimes ask ourselves in order to help ourselves grow. I see this really going on Monday with you. A lot. Now, I feel like what happens on Monday is the key to what happens on Tuesday, the Nine of Swords in reverse. And the Nine of Swords in reverse is a great card. And the reason it's a great card is because it's kind of a natural progression from the Nine of Swords upside to the Nine of Swords in reverse. What happens when it comes in upside is that you're worried about something you don't have any control over, to the point that you're maybe even losing sleep over it. Kind of crazy, since we don't have control over it. Why do we worry about that stuff? You know, that human condition. Us humans do some crazy things. So what you have, though, is you have the Nine of Swords in reverse, which means that that situation that was bothering you, that maybe was interfering with your sleep, that was keeping you from being focused on the rest of life, that you had no control over, well, now you've done a little bit of spiritual healing on Monday when you had the Hermit card and you were really doing some introspection. And since you've done that amount of spiritual healing and come to that new self-awareness, what was triggering you before and what was keeping you off balance before and keeping you from sleeping before, it doesn't bother you so much anymore. So on Tuesday, it's not so much, I don't feel like, Virgo, that the situation actually improves. But what happens is your perspective improves, and that allows you to really focus on the rest of life and let that thing that was bothering you have its appropriate place in your life, not be the overarching dominant thing. Okay? Now Wednesday, we have really even a continuation of Monday. So Wednesday we have the Death card. I don't know why we call it the Death card. We should wipe out the word death and put transformation in there. Because really this is the transformation card. If a Mista was designing a deck, there would be no Death card. The 13 card would be transformation. Okay, so what we're seeing with this transformation card is we're seeing some huge changes inside of you. And these are core value changes. So what are core values? Core values are those values that we learned when we were too young to know better. These are the values that we learned when we were little by watching our parents, our teachers, our aunts, our uncles, and we learned from them these values. Now, sometimes these values are very solid and serve us well all the way through life. Sometimes these values are just as rotten could be, and they don't do us a darn bit of good ever. And so what happens whenever the transformation card comes up is that we're examining those core values, we're looking at the ones to see if they're good and solid, and we're looking at the ones to see if they're rotten. And the ones that are rotten, we're throwing out the rotten core value and we're replacing it with something that's good and solid. So that's what I see on Wednesday. I see you really doing some major growth and replacing some old nasty core values with some really good ones that will help you move forward productively. So that's a really great card. It's a good card of growth on Wednesday. Now, Thursday, we have another fantabulous card. We have the Two of Cups. This is the card everybody wants, one of the cards everybody wants. This is a relationship card. So, for those of you who have been watching me regularly, you know what I have to say about relationship cards. This might be a romantic relationship. But please keep in mind, it also could have to do with a family relationship, a friendship, or a business relationship. Okay? But whatever is going on Thursday, you've got the Two of Cups coming up right side up. That means that there is some relationship in your life which is doing quite well. So you're feeling close to this person on Tuesday. You're feeling like things are moving forward the way, in a way that's very nice on Tuesday in a relationship with some person. And I'm feeling like for only maybe like 20% of you, this is a romantic person. I'm feeling like there's another like 40% that this is family. And I'm not feeling very many friends, maybe only 10% that this is a friendship. And then the other 30% around there is going to be business related relationships. So a nice widespread, actually a lot of variety there. So it could be any kind of relationship really. All right, so 2 of coins coming up. This is Friday. So Friday you're going to be juggling. That's the best way to put it. Basically, you're going to have a lot of things going on Friday, and you're just going to make it look like it's really easy peasy to get them all accomplished. Everybody's going to be watching you going, how does he do that? How does she do that? How do they fill their agenda book with so much stuff and they manage to get it all accomplished? That's going to be you. You're just going to make it graceful on Friday. It's going to look graceful. You might be stressed out, but other people don't notice. Okay, so Saturday's Virgo's Wheel of Fortune. This is a nice card to have. This just means, interesting, it means a positive surprise, and what I'm hearing is a healthy surprise. I haven't heard that before on any card. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune generally is ruled by Uranus, so that's why it comes up as a surprise. Uranus does a lot of unexpected things out of the blue. Uranus usually also has to do with technology. But something is coming up. It's coming up as a healthy surprise. So with that hint, I would say that that's probably going to apply to you guys as literal health. For some of you, this is going to be helping your emotional health. But mostly this is going to be literally to the health of your body. You're going to have some kind of nice surprise to that. So I don't know if you find some new wonderful miracle antioxidant fruit. Who knows? But anyway, that's the nice thing about this card. It's a surprise. Okay, so then we have Sunday, the Ace of Swords in reverse for you Virgos. This just means that you're going to be passing along some good ideas to some of the people around you. Now, this can happen in the form of email, text message, phone call, or face-to-face. It can happen basically any way you communicate. Instant messaging, I forgot instant messaging. So it can happen any way that you communicate. And I just see you passing along good ideas to other people. Now, I am being cautioned that I need to warn you, dear Virgos, that when you pass along this message, the information now belongs to somebody else. You are no longer in charge of this information. You are not in charge of what they do with this information. You are not in charge of how fast they use this information. You're not in charge of if they ever use this information. Okay? So what I'm being told is it's important for you to understand that your job is to pass along the information or the ideas. It's the other person's job to do something with it. So in other words, don't be pushy. Just put the message out there and you've done your job. All right, so that's your week, Virgos. For those of you who would like to schedule a private session with me, please go ahead and check out my website. I also do spiritual healing and I do mediumship work. So once you're there, should you decide that I'm the best person for you to work with, then get in touch with me, and what we'll do is we'll schedule a session for you as quickly as possible. For the rest of you, oh, I guess I should give you my website. Wouldn't that be helpful? I'm at amista.info, amista.info, I-N-F-O. So anyway, for those of you who are not scheduling a reading or a session with me this week, I will see you all next week. Everybody have a great week. Peace out.